All right, we're talking about Jay Dyer again here. And in this clip from a recent stream Jay did titled Dead Internet Theory, Mormon and Aryan Calls Black Pills, The Jay Dyer Show, Jay Dyer takes a call. And the caller asks him basically, why did you convert to Orthodoxy? What were you missing in Protestantism and in Catholicism that you converted to Orthodoxy? And Jay Dyer can't answer. He can't answer. He literally says, I don't know. There's just something ineffable there. So let's listen into what he says.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hey, I just got another question about knowing God. Last time we spoke, we were sort of, you mentioned the sacraments being like the Eucharist and that, and I just had a question about your subjective experience through your journey throughout Protestantism, Catholicism, and Orthodoxy, being that the only way to truly know God is through the true sacraments. What exactly did you feel that you were knowing when you were driving to the lab?
Right, now, Jay Dyer has talked about this before. He's talked about the sacraments before, how Protestantism especially says that it's just a representation, a memorial. It's not actual body and blood. And Jay Dyer has actually said, and I have it in a previous video, that we actually eat God, which the Protestants wouldn't say. So sacramentarianism would be a big missing piece for him if he wanted to convert to Orthodoxy. But let's listen.
Mass for several years, and what would you speculate that would be?
Well, again, it's the difference between knowing about God versus knowing God. So I can't give you any perfect explanation of the degree of knowledge that Protestants or Catholics have, because it's not all wrong.
Now that's wrong. It's not all wrong. They have a degree of truth. Is that what Orthodoxy teaches? No. The Orthodox Church, through the Synodicon of Orthodoxy and through the reception of converts, condemns Protestantism, condemns Catholicism. They don't say, well, you guys got a little bit of truth right here. You know, this is correct and that's correct. No, they condemn it in toto. I'm not going to read through the Synodicon of Orthodoxy here. I've done that before. But Martin Luther, John Calvin, those guys are condemned by name. All Protestant groups in general are condemned. And the Latin West is condemned. Those who hold to the Filioque are condemned. Those who do not believe that in the transformation of the bread and the wine into body and blood are condemned. So what is he talking about here that they have a little bit of truth? Why doesn't he why doesn't he commit to his Orthodox positions? Does he even know the Orthodox positions? Or is he just talking? Let's continue.
But there's something missing, I think, is the best way to describe it. So there's something unfulfilling and unsatisfying in the world of Protestantism and Roman Catholicism.
What is he talking about? Something missing. There's something missing. There's something unfulfilled and unsatisfying. Well, wouldn't that be the fullness of truth? How hard is it to say that? If you believe Orthodoxy is the fullness of truth and is the church Christ founded, why can't you just say that? Why are you talking about there's something missing? There's something missing. I don't know what it is.
And there's no perfect way to encapsulate verbally what that is. It's just something existential that you feel and you sense, and a lot of other people sense that as well over time. And I think that's perhaps the element to which Orthodoxy transcends the conceptual and I can't give you the perfect.
Wow.
verbal.
Now, if anybody came on Jay's show and Jay was like, "Well, why are you a Mormon? Why are you this or why are you that?" and they gave that answer, Jay would tear them to pieces. Jay is sitting here saying that it's just something it's a feeling. I don't know what it is. There's something missing. I can't describe it. It's not quantifiable. I mean, how about the fullness of truth? How about the fullness of truth contained in the Orthodox dogmas? How hard is it to say that? Don't you believe that Protestantism lacks the fullness of truth and Catholicism lacks the fullness of truth? Why is he being so wishy-washy here?
Abstract conceptual knowledge of what is the thing missing. There's just something missing. And I think really you don't get a sense of peace until you find it in Orthodoxy. Otherwise, you're always doubting and worried, and I don't know if this is right and that. And I had that for many, many years until.
Yeah, lots of people have that. Lots of people have that. Lots of people in every religion have that. They have the doubtings, and they have the peace. But he's saying, "Oh, I got peace in Orthodoxy, so that's why I'm not Protestant or Catholic." That's subjective. Everything Jay has just said here is subjective. There's nothing objective about it. He can't even commit and say that Protestantism and Catholicism do not have the full sacrament, and they do not have the fullness of truth. Those are things he said before. Why isn't he saying it this time? It's really wishy-washy. It's non-committal. And if Jay gave these arguments to if any caller gave these arguments to Jay, he'd tear them apart. He wouldn't He wouldn't stand for it. He would say, "I reject your presuppositions," or whatever. Let's finish it up.
Go ahead.
That was a great way to put it. It's the distinction between.
Well, that was it. That was it, really. You got Ananias Sorum, Father Dr. Deacon Ananias button in there. But listen, Jay just can't even tell this caller what it is he was missing from Protestantism and Catholicism and what is found in Orthodoxy. He cannot explain why he is Orthodox, except to chalk it up to some, "I got peace and there's something missing and it's not quantifiable and I just don't know." It's nonsense. And Orthodoxy is nonsense. And this guy, he's on his show all the time, yelling at people, telling them that their worldview doesn't line up, that it's not logical. And here he is talking about mystical, ineffable feelings, as it were, some je ne sais quoi. Yeah, I converted to. Why did you convert to Orthodoxy? What was missing? Well, I don't know. It was just some je ne sais quoi that now I have, and it gives me a peace. It's ridiculous. This guy is ridiculous.